something that comes up in business disputes a lot more than people expect, and it is the difference between owning part of an LLC and controlling the LLC. So a lot of people, when they get into business or LLCs, assume that ownership percentage equals control, and it just doesn't. That's just not the case. You can own 50% of a company and still not have authority to make day-to-day decisions. And so that comes down to how the LLC is structured. How is your formation document structured? How is your operating agreement laid out? If it says you're member managed, so that's owners based on membership share, that direct control is going to be related to that vote. So if you own 10%, you'll have 10% voting power. On the flip side, if it's manager managed, control sits with whoever is named as the manager within that company. So regardless of ownership percentage, and even within that, the operating agreement can split things further. So you can own 90%, but if someone else is denoted as the manager, they have the controlling, deciding vote. You can have someone with a large minority interest who has full operational control. You can also have majority owners who need approval to act, and that's just all written out in the operating agreement. Where this becomes a real issue is when things start to go wrong. And so one owner thinks, I own half, I can make this decision, of course, I have 51%. And the other says, that's not how the agreement is laid out, that's not how it works. And so now you're not arguing about fairness, you're arguing about structure and what's already been written, and the courts are going to go back to what's written, not what you've been operating under for even years at a time. And courts, they don't like to do what feels intuitive. They do whatever the operating agreement says. So the practical takeaway is this: if you're going into an LLC with other people, do not assume ownership equals control. Ask these questions very directly to your business partners. Who runs the business day to day? Who signs contracts? What decisions require approval? Because once that operating agreement is in place, that structure controls everything. And if it's not clear on the front end, it usually becomes very clear during a dispute.